Hey guys! What's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our amazing content. Today we're going to talk about a topic that's gone absolutely viral and has the fashion world in complete chaos. On October 1st, 2025, BTS Jimin attended the Dior Spring-Summer 2026 show in Paris. And guys, he didn't just attend casually, he sat in the most coveted front row position. Before you think this is just a regular celebrity attending a fashion show, let me tell you, there's so much more to the story. Out of millions of celebrities worldwide, Dior specifically chose Jimin to sit in that golden seat, and today we're going to reveal all the facts behind this decision. So stay tuned until the end of the video, because the information is mind-blowing. Don't forget to like this video if you're excited about the topic, and drop a comment below about your thoughts. Alright, let's dive in. Okay, so let's set the scene first. October 1st, 2025, Paris Fashion Week. This wasn't just any Dior show, guys. This was the debut of Jonathan Anderson as the new creative director for Dior's women's wear collection. This is a huge deal in the fashion world. When a major fashion house appoints a new creative director, their debut show becomes a defining moment that will be remembered for years, even decades. The guest list for a show like this isn't randomly put together, guys. Every single person invited, especially those sitting in the front row, is carefully selected to represent the brand's vision, values, and future direction. Now, Jimin wasn't just invited to this historic show, he was given one of the most prestigious seats in the entire venue, right in the front row, positioned between Blackpink's Jisoo and Academy Award winner Charlize Theron. Let that sink in for a moment. Out of all the celebrities, models, influencers, fashion editors, and industry insiders in the world, Dior chose Jimin for this prime position. But why? What makes Jimin so special that a luxury powerhouse like Dior would give him this honor? That's what we're going to break down today. Let's start with the obvious facts first. Jimin has been Dior's global ambassador since January 2023. But guys, being a brand ambassador doesn't automatically guarantee you a front row seat at every show, let alone such a prominent position at a debut show. Many brand ambassadors attend shows but are seated in the second or third row, or in less central positions. The front row center is reserved for the absolute elite, the people who bring the most value to the brand. So what value does Jimin bring? Let me show you the receipts. First, let's talk numbers, because in the business world, numbers don't lie, guys. After the Dior show on October 1st, Jimin generated 4.8 million mentions across social media platforms within just 24 hours. Let me repeat that. 4.8 million mentions in one day. To put that into perspective, that's more mentions than any other celebrity who attended the show, including Hollywood A-listers. Hashtags related to Jimin and Dior trended in 89 countries simultaneously. 89 countries, guys. That's global impact on a scale that very few celebrities can achieve. This kind of organic reach and engagement is worth tens of millions of dollars in advertising value. Brands pay enormous amounts of money for this kind of exposure, and Jimin generated it simply by showing up and being himself. But it's not just about social media numbers, guys. Let's look at Jimin's influence on actual consumer behavior. Industry analysts have documented what they call the Jimin effect, which refers to the measurable impact Jimin has on sales and brand perception whenever he's associated with a product. When Jimin wears something, it sells out. When he mentions a brand, their stock prices often see a boost. When he attends an event, the brand's search traffic skyrockets. This isn't speculation or fan exaggeration, guys. This is documented market behavior that luxury brands are absolutely paying attention to. Dior isn't stupid, right? They're one of the most successful luxury brands in the world precisely because they understand marketing, branding, and consumer psychology better than almost anyone. They've done their research. They know exactly what kind of return on investment they get from their relationship with Jimin. And clearly, that ROI is substantial enough that they're willing to give him top billing at one of their most important shows of the year. That tells you everything you need to know about his value. Now let's talk about what Jimin represents beyond just numbers. This is where things get really interesting from a strategic branding perspective, guys. Jimin embodies several qualities that are increasingly important to luxury brands in the modern era. First, he represents the global nature of contemporary luxury. Jimin isn't just popular in Korea or Asia, He has a massive, engaged fan base across every continent. He appeals to Gen Z and millennials, the demographics that luxury brands are desperately trying to court because they represent the future of luxury consumption. These younger consumers have different values and expectations than previous generations, guys. They care about authenticity, they value creativity and artistic expression, and they want brands to stand for something beyond just exclusivity and price tags. Jimin checks all these boxes. He's an accomplished artist and performer with legitimate creative credentials. He's not just famous for being famous, he's respected for his actual talent and artistry. He's known for being humble, hardworking, and genuine, which resonates with audiences who are tired of superficial celebrity culture. Plus, he's someone who transcends traditional gender norms in fashion, regularly wearing pieces that blur the lines between menswear and women's wear, which aligns perfectly with the fashion industry's move toward more fluid and inclusive design. Let's also consider the timing, guys. This is super important. October 2025 marked Jimin's first major public appearance since completing his mandatory military service in June 2025. He had been out of the public eye for nearly 2 years. The anticipation for his return was enormous. ARMY, BTS's fan base, had been waiting for this moment, and so had the broader entertainment and fashion industries. Dior knew that Jimin's return would be a major media event, and they positioned themselves to be at the center of it. By making his first major public appearance at Dior event, and by giving him such a prominent position, Dior ensured that their brand would be inextricably linked with Jimin's comeback narrative. That's brilliant strategic thinking, guys. There's also a geopolitical and cultural dimension to this decision that we can't ignore. The global fashion industry has been undergoing a significant shift over the past decade. Asian markets, particularly Korea, China, and Japan, have become increasingly important to luxury brands. Korea specifically has emerged as a cultural superpower through K-pop, K-drama, and Korean cinema. Korean celebrities now have influence that rivals or exceeds traditional Hollywood celebrities in many markets. By elevating Jimin to such a prominent position, Dior is acknowledging and capitalizing on this shift in global cultural power. They're saying, we understand where influence comes from in 2025, and we're positioning ourselves accordingly. It's also worth noting who Jimin was seated next to, guys. On one side, Charlize Theron, representing traditional Hollywood prestige and established luxury brand values. On the other side, Jisoo from Blackpink, representing the new wave of Asian influence in fashion. And Jimin in the middle, literally bridging these worlds. This was an accidental placement, guys. This was Dior creating a visual metaphor for their brand strategy, showing that they honor their heritage while embracing the future. It's genius marketing. Let's also talk about what this means for the broader relationship between K-pop and high fashion. Just 5 or 10 years ago, the idea of a K-pop idol sitting front row center at a major Paris fashion house's debut show would have seemed unlikely, right? Now it's not just happening, it's becoming normalized. Jimin's prominence at this Dior show represents a milestone in the ongoing integration of K-pop into the highest levels of global fashion. It's a statement that K-pop idols aren't just trendy ambassadors for youth-oriented campaigns, they're legitimate fashion icons who can hold their own alongside the biggest names in entertainment and fashion. From Dior's internal perspective, guys, choosing Jimin for this position also makes sense in terms of their portfolio of brand ambassadors. They have multiple ambassadors across different regions and demographics. But for a show of this magnitude and importance, they needed someone who could generate maximum impact across all markets simultaneously. Jimin is one of the very few people who can do that. His appeal isn't limited by geography, language, or demographic. He resonates with teenagers and adults, with Asian audiences and Western audiences, with fashion insiders and casual observers. That kind of universal appeal is incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. The fashion industry has also been paying attention to metrics beyond traditional measures of celebrity, guys. They're looking at engagement rates, at the passion and loyalty of fan bases, at conversion rates from awareness to actual purchase behavior. By all these metrics, Jimin ranks at the absolute top. ARMY is known for being one of the most organized, dedicated, and economically powerful fan bases in the world. When they support something, they support it with their wallets, not just their words. Dior understands this. And they're smart to position Jimin as a centerpiece of their marketing strategy. There's also something to be said about Jimin's personal style and how it aligns with Dior's aesthetic, guys. Jimin has always been known for his sophisticated, elegant fashion choices. He can pull off both edgy and classic looks with equal finesse. He understands fashion not just as clothes, but as art and self-expression. This kind of genuine appreciation for fashion is something that brands like Dior notice and value. They don't want ambassadors who just wear their clothes. They want ambassadors who understand and embody their brand philosophy. So guys, when we look at all these facts together, the picture becomes crystal clear. Dior chose Jimin for that front row seat because he represents everything they need in 2025 and beyond. He brings massive social media reach, check. He drives actual sales, check. He represents cultural relevance, check. He bridges different markets and demographics, check. He embodies values that resonate with younger luxury consumers, check. And he has the artistic credibility to be taken seriously by fashion insiders, check, check, check. Add to that the perfect timing of his military return and the historic nature of the show, and you have a decision that makes perfect sense from every possible angle. This isn't about Dior doing Jimin a favor, guys. This is about Dior making a smart business decision to associate their brand with one of the most influential and valuable celebrities in the world right now. Out of millions of celebrities, they chose Jimin because the facts clearly show he's the right choice. And based on the incredible response to his appearance, that decision has already paid off massively. I mean, we're still talking about it weeks later. Media outlets worldwide covered it. It dominated social media for days. That's the kind of impact that Dior was looking for. Looking ahead, guys, I think we can expect to see even more high-profile collaborations between Jimin and Dior. With BTS preparing for their full group comeback in 2026, Jimin's star is only going to rise higher. And Dior has positioned themselves perfectly to be associated with that trajectory. It's a win-win partnership that benefits both parties enormously. Alright guys, that's the complete breakdown. I hope this gave you a deeper understanding of why Jimin's presence at that Dior show was such a big deal and what it means for both him and the brand. What do you think about Jimin's position in the fashion world? Do you think he's the most influential K-pop idol in fashion right now? And what other collaborations would you love to see from him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read all of them, and I love hearing your perspectives. If you found this analysis valuable and interesting, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Share it with your fellow ARMY and fashion enthusiasts who might enjoy this content. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into K-pop, fashion, and entertainment. We've got so much more content coming your way. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Take care, stay stylish, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.